Okay, so thankfully, the father of the bride and the groom kept it relatively short because this man has given me a lot of material. So, because of this huge amount of material, I've been saying to a few people, my first draft of this speech was about 40 minutes long, and it was, but you're lucky that this one isn't. I've cut it down an awful lot in the interests of not precipitating the quickest divorce on record. I've got a very nice PowerPoint, which is going to get, it's just there for if you get bored of me speaking, you can look at pictures of him doing ludicrous things. There's nothing particularly interesting on there. So firstly, got the obligatory out of the way. I've got to say that the bride looks fantastic, and you've got to say that because she really does. She looks amazing. She deserves someone wonderful to sweep her off her feet. Unfortunately, she's got that clown, so... So congratulations, Laura. You've clearly seen something good in him that I've not spotted yet. But for me, the clue though, in that I hear from your workmates that some of the students have taken to calling you Mr. Grey, as in 50 Shades. And I'm not quite sure why, but clearly Pythagoras' theorem is a lot more erotic than the last time. Do you have any idea why? No. The bridesmaids too looking beautiful. Where are you all? I hasten to add not too beautiful because I got married 2 weeks ago. My wife is in the audience. Congratulations to the groomsmen too. As the groom has already said, I'm amazed that you managed to get him here sober and relatively okay. Very well done. So throughout the speech, I will probably refer to the groom as Kess, as we've already said. He did have a name, the first name at one point, but I really can't remember what it was. I think we've lost that forever. So, firstly, I'd like to thank Kessie, obviously, for asking me to be his best man. He said if I do a good job of it, he'll let me be best man at his next wedding as well. So for those fortunate enough not to know me, I've known Mr. Kessie all my life. We were born in the same hospital. On the same day, 18th of September 1988, and you can see what a fine vintage that year was. We went to the same primary school, the same secondary school, the same sixth form college, and then the same college of the same unit out of 14 colleges, not knowing that we would go into any of these at any point together. After university, I managed to get rid of him. I got the restraining order, and he went to teach, and I went elsewhere, so considering he studied sport at university, a career in math teaching was quite a left turn at the traffic lights. The only evidence of counting I ever saw was that he could get to 21. But he must have put the numbers right into the vending machine to get the degree. So I think it's a great testament to my patience and his persistence that we're still friends after 29 years, and he's done an awful lot for me over those years. We were best friends in primary school. We drifted apart during secondary school because I was a shit. Sorry for all the people I was. And he was in the cool crew, spelled with a K. I know it's hard to believe. So we didn't really speak to each other in secondary school. And so then when we ended up going to uni, I had no idea he was at the same uni as me, let alone the same college. So we arrived on the first day like, this is clearly going to be excellent. And we spent 4 years of just complete mayhem. So I'll have a few stories on that later. I'm going to focus on that because those are the best stories. I tried to Google something interesting, anything interesting that happened on 18th September 1988. There is nothing happened apart from the momentous event of our birth. And the only interesting thing was that this #1 song in the charts was Don't Worry, Be Happy, which I thought was quite appropriate because that is what I think of that man. When I think of him, all it makes me think of is laughing hysterically. Like every single time I go out with him anywhere, my memories are all of laughing or smiling or something because he's always got this kind of amazing, happy-go-lucky attitude. And all my memories, and I will give some memories that you might not like, but all of them are the reason that I think he's amazing. It's so good because everything makes me laugh when I think about it. So because he's a boring, geeky sod in primary school, I've said that I won't talk about that, I'll stick to uni. Clearly in the kind of 7 or 8 years I didn't talk to him, he had a bilateral lobotomy and changed his personality entirely to become the loud, brash, chaotic mess that I knew at uni. One of the things I find absolutely brilliant about him, and a lot of you will hopefully, but you all know him, so you'll hopefully have experienced this, is his first impression is horrendous. Every time I've ever found him meet someone, he's always insulted them. We had one of Becky's best friends is a very kind of small, retiring, shy vegetarian from down south. First time he meets her, never met her before, berates her for not eating meat for 20 minutes and makes her cry. Which is a standard, you do that to pretty much everybody. Yes, I've lost where I am. No, I've got off feast. But to be honest, he makes an awful first impression, and then you spend a bit more time with him and you find out he's actually amazing. Until you live with him. How Laura's managed to do it, I do not know. It's a testament to her patience that she's managed to do that. I spent a year living with him in second year of uni, and the house was cesspit. How would you describe it? Entirely of his doing. Wherever he goes, he seems to leave, as Laura will attest, a trail of detritus. Like a slug that leaves a trail of slime. Empty crisp packets, half-eaten food. Like just bits of clothes just seem to fall off him wherever he goes. So our house was full of this stuff the entire time. His room was just unbelievable. You went in there, you had to push the clothes back from behind the door to get in. There were microbiology students studying the new bacteria it created. It was unbelievable. I understand that the staff at your school have also said that you have this is a quote, so apologies to the older people, a moat of shit around your desk. Apparently. I'm not sure if there are any moats in your house at the moment, but it's probably about 50-50. One of the things I remember about uni most that he did wasn't very pleasant was a foisty, kind of cloying mould smell in second year. It was beautiful. He had a shower, so it wasn't that. Don't get PTSD with the mention about showers, I know they're scary for you. Try as we might, we couldn't find out where the cloying smell was from. Was it the brown vapour emanating from the hockey kit left on the front room floor? No. Was it the clothes strewn around the house? No. Was it a particularly eventful trip to the toilet after a night out? No. What it was when we moved out of the house, after 6 months of this smell, we found a half-eaten chicken tikka masala on top of the cupboard, covered in a very fetching 2-inch layer of greeny blue mould. It's true, isn't it? It's just one example of a running theme. Another favourite of Mr. Kess is singing, and I've got some examples on them.
Yes.
Can we flick the slide along? I don't think I can do it. There we go, look at the beautiful man. His favourite is Westlife. Unfortunately, anyone who's ever heard Kess sing, which I know all the groomsmen have because he was doing it incessantly for the last day and a half, he doesn't really know all the words to the songs, and he kind of forgets he's singing halfway through, and he can't sing in the first place. So if you take Westlife when you're looking like that, his favourite song, it tends to be. It's honestly, it makes you want to rip your own eardrums out. It's wonderful. Where am I? Blah blah blah. So, next slide. So anyone that knows him will know he's also an excellent drinker. And here's a few samples from uni. This is just taken from Facebook. There are plenty more beautiful ones. I hope your Facebook is private for your students. Hang on. I've lost all my papers. No. Yeah, he's not that bad anymore. Usually. We'll see tonight. What always amazed me about him was that in hockey season he was kind of a svelte 10 stone of muscle. Like now he's not bad because he's doing running. And then he would instantly, within 2 weeks of hockey season ending, put on about 8 stone of fat. It was unbelievable. A mixture of Mr. Choi's and Foster's. Very impressive. Only to lose it all again by the next hockey season. Pretty much every time we went on a night out at uni, he lost. No, sorry, back. Sneak preview. He lost a combination of wallet, phone, keys, and always dignity. You know what that story is, don't you? From memory, his wallet turned up 2 or 3 times in the road. He lost about 6 phones throughout the entire time at uni. And when he lost his keys in second year, being a clever man, being a thrifty Yorkshireman, he thought, I'm not going to buy a new set of keys. I know what I'll do. I can just leave this front door open. Leave the house in second year and leave the front door of our house open, no matter who was in the house. If there's no one in the house, I would arrive back from lectures. Front door's wide open, house is empty. And all the time. There's nothing valuable in there, and the cloying smell of your hockey kit would probably deter burglars. Absolutely wonderful. Another interesting drunken event produced one of the most interesting things I've ever seen, and I think it's one of your proudest moments. At one of the less salubrious clubs in Durham, we'd been out before to a all-you-can-eat Chinese, and he'd ordered, in this order, this is important, a round of buffet, a pile of noodles, crispy duck and pancakes, and then ice cream and jelly. A feast, wonderful, for about the price of £10 because the Chinese buffet was awful. So in the least salubrious club in Durham, he orders some girly drink like a treble vodka lemonade. What arrives is a treble vodka and soda, which apparently wasn't very nice, because as soon as he drank half of it in one go, there was a round of not so tactical vomiting initiated outside, and what emerged was a pile of ice cream and jelly, a pile of biscuit and pancake, a pile of noodles, and a pile, I would not believe it if I hadn't seen it, separate, it was absolutely unbelievable, separate piles. He's very proud of his gastrointestinal gymnastics, it was wonderful. So we played a lot of drinking games at uni. We'll get off the theme of drinking soon, but as it's a wedding, I think it's quite key. Kessie always played the chairman in the games. He was very, very good at chairman, and he enforced the rules very well. Wasn't very good at following the rules himself, though. So he ended up downing quite a lot of drinks with us, we all did. But he was famous for being the person who could down a pint pretty much the fastest in the whole of college, possibly the whole of uni. Let's have an example. Just grab a Kumov, have you got the prop? I'd like to point out, right, this got lost because they saw me storing cans of Foster's under the table and thought I was an alcoholic, so the waiters took it away.
Come on, Kessie.
Yeah, but he said it, I have to say it's not his idea and I have to get blamed for this. Just don't spill it on your soup.
Yeah.
Go on, Kessie.
I have.
I've had one input in this. Foster's in my hand.
What did you expect?
Oh, yeah.
God save our British Queen, long live our Lord, Queen, God save the Queen.
That's unbelievable.
Yay. His signature move was also downing a pint of wine, so Mr. Kumov. I will do that. You can do that later at the bar. His enthusiasm for ethanol continued onto the stag do. Majority of which is subject to a don't ask, don't tell policy, and his solicitor has advised me not to say anything until the charges are dropped. There's one particularly pleasant nugget I can give away though. So the second night in, we might have been a little worse for wear, we all were, went go-karting the next day. Not the best choice when you're feeling hungover, so about third round, he's speeding around, loving his life, feeling a little bit nauseous, a little bit too nauseous. Were you sick in your helmet? Were you sick in your helmet at the far side of the go-karting track and had to drive all the way around before running to the toilet? a particularly nice day for you. Anyway, a couple of final things, so I'm going on for quite a while. Kessie claims to be allergic to egg. And I say claims, and I'll tell you why. So on a South African hockey tour, he doesn't eat cake or biscuits or anything like that, so he won't be eating any of the cake, allegedly. On South Africa hockey tour, he had a little too much to drink, may have fallen asleep on a toilet. I wasn't here, I'm hearing this secondhand. Fell asleep on a toilet with pants around ankles, and his friends, I mean, as your friends would do in this case, I mean, what else would you do? Pelted him with eggs. Not knowing he's allergic to eggs. So he swells up like a balloon, has to go to hospital and get a £100 shot where you don't want a £100 shot. But his allergy to eggs has been called into doubt when at my wedding he swapped places with someone. Someone else ate the egg-free pasta and he ate the very eggy pasta. Yes, he did. with no side effects at all. So if anyone wants to test this, I will reimburse you for the eggs, but not the medical fees or court fees. So, following on the rich theme of toilets, we can now move on. Story for the this needs an explanation for the ladies. This is a story from Kess's school friends. So these are urinals, as you will know. 5 urinals. Gentlemen, you can shut down now because you understand how this works. You arrive at a urinal. You go to the far end. Number 1, trap 1. A second man comes into the toilet. Where does the second man go? Trap 5. The furthest distance between the men. You keep far distance. If a third man comes in, the third man goes for the middle one, so you've got man, miss, man, miss, man. Because that is the logical way to do it, and every man is born with this knowledge, apart from Mr. Kessie. So one of his friends from school, enjoying himself in the urinal, as you would do, having a nice pleasant time in trap 1, Mr. Kessie barges in, walks past trap 5, past trap 4, past trap 3, into trap 2, sets up next to him. So he's earned himself apparently the name Widgie Watcher. Or Widge for short. So before I leave you with one final gem, I'd like to thank Kes for all he's done for me over the years. Like, as I said before, I tell these stories because he has honestly provided me with so much joy over the years. He's just brought an insane amount of happiness into my life, and it's a lot richer because of it. And we even had, last night, the apotheosis of comedy, a very H2O themed barbecue, where we had an upside down umbrella over the barbecue outside, pouring rain into it. It was beautiful. Side. Nope, that's ethanol, done that. I'm sure so many other people have great memories of him because he's just such a top bloke. I'm really, really, really honestly so happy to see my best friend getting married to someone who's so suited for him. It's amazing. And it is a privilege to speak here. And I hope you keep this happy attitude forever because it'll be really good for your marriage. Having known you as long as I have, it takes someone very special to marry you. So Laura, you're doing amazingly. When Laura arrived in the church, I told him he was punching quite a bit above his average. And yeah, your charity and commitment to those less fortunate is commendable. Seriously though, you two are absolutely amazing together. Like, to see you look at each other and like smile and laugh, and it's just really nice to see. I can't think of someone more suited to you. I wish you happiness, like amazing happiness forever. I've lost my place. Honeymoon. Hope you have an amazing honeymoon. I'm very jealous. I would advise wearing the dress as well. Like you said earlier, it'll be interesting for the Sri Lankans if nothing else. And I know it's stressful organising a wedding, having done one 2 weeks ago, and the testament to the fact that you're still together after organising one is enough testament to your relationship already. So, wish you many years of happiness together. I'm sure everyone else does. Can you please raise a glass to the bride and groom, Mr. and Mrs. Kessie?
Mr. and Mrs. Kessie.
And finally, I will shut up now and you can enjoy your meal. But as a parting gift, I would like to show you Mr. Kessie's doppelganger, who I was introduced to recently, which is the head from Art Attack. It's incredible, isn't it? Thank you, everybody, and enjoy your meal.